Hello, sports fans out there. This is Boudreaux, the Sports Junkie here. Gonna try to give you some picks for Week 9 of college football. Um, I gave you some picks last week to try for parlay sports betting on whatever sports bookie site that you use. That was my first week of trying the college football gambling, and we were definitely unsuccessful with that last week. A lot of crazy things happened in college football. I think out of all the gambling options, sports betting options, I think college football has got to be the most difficult of all of them because from week to week, anything can happen in the college football world. I'm going to try a little something different this week. It's not going to be a typical parlay betting card. I'm going to use what they call a teaser card. And I've done some research quite a bit this week over the last couple of days. Feel really confident about my choice, the choices that I've made this week. This is, like I said, a teaser card, so it's a little different than the regular Vegas spreads. It's kind of reduced a little bit as far as the spreads go. It's especially helpful when you have the large spreads that Vegas likes to put out. Sometimes, even though a team is really good, it's kind of hard to say whether they're still going to win by 30 something points or whatever. I think we had one last week where I went with a high spread like that, and the game didn't even come close to being covered. Forgot what team that was, but if you look back on last week's recording, I'm sure you'll be able to see who it was. This week. Now, another thing to remember about the teaser betting as well is that your winnings won't be as large with the amount of money that you're putting out because it's reduced. The winnings are reduced because this is supposed to be a little bit easier options. So you actually would have to play more games in order to make it a nice payout for yourself. So I'm only putting in $15, but I have a chance to win $840. But that's on 11 games. So this is my 11-team teaser card, is what they're calling it. So if you want to give it a try, give it a try. I would recommend giving it a try if you haven't before. Like I said, it definitely seems to be a little bit easier than the regular parlay cards, playing on those. So I'm going with TCU minus the 8 against West Virginia. Marshall minus the 11.5. Now, if you look at a regular parlay card, it's going to be, I think, in the 20s. I'm sorry, but it's not like Marshall, some powerhouse school. Yeah, Charlotte's pretty bad, but I don't like those high lines on games. It's just it's asking for a lot for a team to cover spreads like that. So I like these numbers are a lot better. Clemson, the regular line is like 10.5. I think the Clemson would win that one by on its own, much less winning by at least 6 points there. Iowa minus the 12 on Maryland. I'm going to take that. Mississippi minus 2.5 over Auburn. I'm going to go ahead and take the Gators with the +2 over Georgia. I think the Gators are going to win straight up. But this line here even gives you a chance to still win, even though they lose, as long as they don't lose by more than 2. USC should definitely beat California by more than a half a point. Temple and Notre Dame supposed to be the highlight game of the week. Both Temple's undefeated. But we have to look at who they've been playing here, and Notre Dame is got a lot more firepower on offense and defense. Don't get me wrong, Temple's defense is really good, but Notre Dame clearly looks like the better team. They played a lot better opponents, and they shouldn't have a problem beating Temple. Although it may be a close game, but I still see Notre Dame winning that game by at least a touchdown or more. Texas A&M, take the minus 11.5 versus South Carolina, which is a terrible team. Western Kentucky over Old Dominion. The regular line, I would have even bet on it. Minus 19 is it's nearly a sure bet. You can't. I don't think you can get any more sure than that. I'd put like $500 on that game if I had 500 to just throw away gambling on football games. But Western Kentucky probably would win that game by 30. I mean, I wouldn't be a bit surprised. In Michigan, -8.5. They're coming off of a bye week, and they're also still pissed off after that loss, heartbreaking loss to Michigan State. They shouldn't have no problem beating Minnesota by 8.5. So once you give those a shot, I feel really confident about these picks this week. Like I said, a lot better than a parlay, where the lines are going to be a lot higher than what you're seeing here. It's a lot harder for teams to cover those bigger spreads. So I kind of like this teaser option. I do my gambling through 5 Dimes. Great site, legit, and I would highly recommend you giving those guys a try. That's going to be week 9 college football picks. I hope to come back here next week and brag about winning you guys some money here with these picks. So let's make it happen. Let me go out. Let me help you guys win some money.